So this is going to be another one of my Marvel/DC animation rankings here, and hopefully I don't get as lost as to which number we're on. But here we go. In 25th and/or last place is Batman Ninja, and the animation style in this one was giving me a headache, so I never actually finished it. So I might revisit this one because I heard we're getting a sequel to it not too far from now, pretty soon. So yeah, I'll have to give this one a proper watch through where I make myself watch the entire thing. Yeah. And then in 24th place, we have Batman Gotham Knight. And this one's kind of interesting. It has like six interlocking stories, six acclaimed directors, one groundbreaking masterpiece. And it is kind of interesting. It has a voice of Kevin Conroy. It is for Batman, and a way you can kind of tell this is one of the older or pre-2017 Batman animated movies is it does not credit Bill Finger on the back, only Bob Kane. I'm not sure how legible that is, but I was pointing right at his name. There's a special on Amazon called Batman and Bill on Prime Video that shows how Bob Kane worked together with Bill Finger and never credited him in his lifespan. And if it weren't for Bill Finger, Batman would not look the way he does today. He would still look like the Adam West version, pretty much. So, Bill Finger gave us what we know as Batman in the world today. This is another older one that doesn't credit Bill Finger. And that is Batman Year One, right here, and it has an exclusive Catwoman short there, I guess. I watched the movie. I don't think I watched the Catwoman short, but yeah. Even though this is in 23rd place, pretty low, this one's actually still pretty solid. Um, it talks about, as you would expect from Batman Year One, it covers Bruce Wayne's first year as the Caped Crusader, and I think it does it pretty well. And yeah, the next one is going to be 21st, 20th, and 19th places respectively, and that is Batman Unlimited triple feature here. It has Animal Instincts, Monster Mayhem, and Mechs vs. Mutants. I think my least favorite of the bunch, which is going to be 21st place, is the Monster Mayhem. The one in 20th place is going to be Animal Instincts, and in 19th place will be Mechs vs. Mutants. None of them are rated, but they're all family friendly. So, yeah. All in all, good collection of Batman movies. In 18th place, which I'm not sure why I have this one so low, because it was actually really good, is Batman Death in the Family. This is the interactive Blu-ray where you get to decide how it goes at various points in the movie. And the runtime is variable between 18 and 31 minutes, with animated DC showcase shorts being an hour and 5 minutes. So the majority of this is the shorts. It shows kind of an example of how the choice thing goes. If you hit the down arrow, you get Robin dies. If you hit the arrow facing that way, you get Robin cheats death. And if you do the one pointing that way, you get Batman saves Robin. So that's something that's really unique to this movie. I don't know of any other movies that have interaction like this. So that is cool. The DVD for it, from what I understand, is just um, basically Batman Under the Red Hood. But the DVD version of Death in the Family does not have the interactive quality, only the Blu-ray does. I'm not sure if the 4K would or not, but I imagine it probably would. Anyway, let's see, getting sidetracked here. So 24. In 17th place, we have Justice League: The New Frontier, and I need to revisit this one because I watched it when I was really tired and fell asleep halfway through, so I missed about the latter half of the movie. But it's only 75 minutes, so yeah. I'm not sure if this is set in an alternate universe to the other ones, but it has Neil Patrick Harris voicing a character in here. That's cool. Um, that's the only name I recognize. Okay. Yeah, Justice League New Frontier in 17th place. In 16th place, I mentioned it a second ago, that is Batman Under the Red Hood. And oddly enough, I just have the DVD for it. This one, it tells the same story presented in Death in the Family, but it has the voice of one Jensen Ackles and Jason Isaacs, as well as Neil Patrick Harris. Those three are names I'm familiar with. Jason Isaacs, I believe, if I'm thinking of the right person, he was Lucius Malfoy. And then Jensen Ackles is obviously Dean Winchester from Supernatural. And Neil Patrick Harris has showed up in a bunch of things, including both of the Harold and Kumar videos or movies that I have, where they go to White Castle and escape Guantanamo Bay. Let's see, that was 16, I think. In 15th place, we have Lego The Flash, which I wish they would release the Reverse Flash minifigure with the dual molded legs there. I think they have done the one for the Flash, but not Reverse Flash, and I wish they would do 360 printing, like is seen on the side of the torso here on both of them. There's some printing on either one. Again, I also wish they would release this Superman officially. I guess it's doomed to only be on screen and not in physical minifigure format. In 14th place, we have Justice League versus Bizarro League, and it's a pretty funny movie. It came with a Bat-Zaro minifigure, so that this guy on the bottom here is Bat-Zaro, and unfortunately, the print did not continue on the side of the torso on the actual minifigure like it does in the movie itself, but it's just a wacky Batman variant, so that's a little bit more forgivable, I guess. It's kind of short. It's only 49 minutes, so it's not a huge time thing, whereas the Flash one is 78 minutes by comparison. And something I noticed when I was counting up the different titles in this video, most of them are either Batman or Justice League related, and there's actually only one title that's not either Justice League or Batman, and that's the one Marvel thing represented in this video, being an Iron Man series. But and let's see, I think that was 14th. Let's see. In 13th place, my bad, is Justice League Gods and Monsters. This is a Batman variant where it's not Bruce Wayne, it's someone else that became a vampire. And I think that Wonder Woman is replaced by Big Barda, and then Superman's kind of like General Zod. But this is definitely set in an alternate universe. It even says that Journey to an Alternate Universe. where they have unchecked power, etc. Yeah. Don't want to run into these guys, particularly Vampire Batman, which I think is what I'm going to refer to him as if I do rankings moving forward. With that one. Up next is kind of a Batman and Suicide Squad type movie, and that is Batman Assault on Arkham. It has a lot of the Suicide Squad characters, and it even mentions the Suicide Squad by name on the back. It says the assassin Deadshot leads the Suicide Squad with Harley Quinn, Killer Frost, Captain Boomerang, King Shark, and Black Spider. Who I think their goal was to break out Joker or something for Harley. But yeah, good movie though. So that was 12th place, I think. See, I should have 13 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So I think I have 12 left. So that must have been 13th place. In 12th place, we have the Marvel representative and the only non-Batman or Justice League title here, other than Lego The Flash, and that is Iron Man, the anime, set in Japan. You have to have it, if you want to watch it and understand it without speaking Japanese, you have to watch the English sub and dub version, which is available because it has languages English, subtitles English. I like watching things with subtitles anyway, so the subtitles didn't quite match up with the actual show, what they were saying, because it's a rough translation from Japanese, but that's okay. Really solid Iron Man series. It almost feels like it could be in the MCU if it was live action, but there you go. Let's see, I think this would be 11th place. In 11th place, we have Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. And this is where the Justice League goes against the Crime Syndicate with Ultraman versus Superman, Owlman versus Batman. I think the Streak versus Flash, and Superwoman versus Wonder Woman. It doesn't say what the Flash variant in this is called on the back, but it does say Owlman, Ultraman, and Superwoman, so I got those three right for sure. But yeah, I don't recognize any of the names on the back of here for the voice cast, but yeah, really good movie. It was particularly interesting seeing Batman and Owlman fight because they were the only two non-superpowered characters in this or in the roster based on the front of the packaging there. And it includes an exclusive short of the Spectre, so that's cool. And I believe in 10th place, we have Justice League War, which this is basically Justice League Dark Apocalypse War before Justice League Dark Apocalypse War came out, because they cover kind of the same story. Only this one has the origin of the Justice League fighting off Darkseid, who's invading Earth, and some of them I think get captured, others get killed, and it's based on the New 52 aesthetic of characters. So yeah, I want to try and put my DC animated movies in some sort of release order, not necessarily continuity order because there's a bunch of different continuities, but yeah, I want to put them in release order if nothing else. So I try to do that within the subsections of like Batman and Justice League, etc. The next one is 2-in-1. It's the deluxe edition of Batman The Long Halloween. So I'll be talking about them individually. I believe we're at 9th place. For 9th place, I'm going to put the first half of the movie, part one. And then I think this is technically also the longest DC animated project, or in a single go, because this one is 168 minutes, whereas the rest are like 70 or 80 minutes or so, or maybe 90. But anyway, to my knowledge, the longest DC animated movie here, other than like the Lego movie or Lego Batman movie, I think. Well, no, those are not longer than this. So yeah. Anyway, pardon the barking. It's relentless at my house. Never stops. Never. And it drives me so crazy. I do not like it at all. But in 8th place we have Long Halloween Part 2. Granted, when I watched it, they were combined into one part, so I don't know where exactly the cutoff for Part 1 and Part 2 are. But really good Batman animated movie. Love it. Let's see, in 7th place we have I'm gonna take this leftover off. We have Batman Soul of the Dragon. I have it now triple formatted on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K, as I usually try to do. One of the characters on the back looks like Iron Fist a little bit, because he has a dragon tattoo on his chest. Yeah, this guy here. Only it looks like he's either trying to blind himself or is a blind character. This is an Elseworlds project set in the midst of the swinging 1970s. And this is a newer one, so I expect it does credit Bill Finger on the back there. Not sure how well you can see that, but yeah, it does, in fact, properly denote that Batman was co-created by Bill Finger with Bob Kane. Really good Batman movie. Like the last one. Fun fact. Long Halloween Part 1 is PG-13, Part 2 is rated R. Combined, they're both rated R, and so is this one. But yeah. Still really good Batman movies. Not super graphic or gory or anything like that, from what I can recall. Then let's see. So in 6th place, we have Batman Hush. And this one tells the story of Hush, who I believe in this version used to be the Riddler, who underwent facial reconstruction surgery to attempt to look like Bruce Wayne to steal his fortune. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. I need to revisit it because it's been a couple of years since I've watched it. But yeah. And let's see, in 5th place we have Batman and Superman, Battle of the Super Sons. And like most of these verses or hero versus things, they do end up teaming up in the end to fight. Looks like Star of the Conqueror. But yeah, this one is pretty good. It has a few other Justice League apprentice characters, like I think I see Roy Harper, Kid Flash, and Wonder Girl on the back here. Wonder Girl, Kid Flash, Roy Harper, aka Speedy or Arsenal. I call him Arsenal personally because he's not a speedster. It doesn't make sense for me to call him Speedy personally, but other people call him Speedy. I call him Arsenal. In 4th place, we have Justice League Unlimited, the series. I think, was it yesterday I talked about Justice League, the series? I think so. Anyway, I mentioned that I would be excluding this version because I did have a Blu-ray of it. So here is the Blu-ray in 4th place for this ranking of the Justice League Unlimited series. I really like both of those two Justice League series. They're classic and iconic, and feature Kevin Conroy as Batman, and he's just the best Batman voice ever, other than Will Arnett, who's killing it in Lego form. And then these next 3 titles technically should have been combined into one entry in this ranking, but instead they round out the top 3. So we have Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. If you don't know the story of why we have a 3-part Crisis on Infinite Earths collection, that is that Aquaman 2 was the last DC Extended Universe movie, but they were going to initially make Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 2 Crisis on Infinite Earths, and it was originally going to be a 5-hour Netflix movie, which honestly I would still very much love to see, as long as they switch out Ezra Miller. He needs to be gone. Like, just get rid of him. Bring in Grant Gustin, because he's the he's one of 2 of the best Flash actors ever in live action that I'm aware of, which is only 3 of them, granted, which are John Wesley Shipp, the other greatest of all time, Grant Gustin, and Ezra Miller. So yeah, I would have loved to see that version of Crisis on Infinite Earths, and hopefully they still make it down the road if it has enough fan following to peer pressure the company into making it. But yeah, all 3 parts are PG-13, which is nice. But yeah, in 3rd place we have Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1, which, it works as an animated Justice League movie, and it also works as a Justice League movie, period. With and it even though it's just part 1, it does feel like a complete story. In and of itself, it doesn't feel like it should be followed up on with other parts, but I'm glad they did, because there's a lot you can do with Crisis on Infinite Earths. I mean, heck, the Arrowverse did a 5-part crossover event for it. I think, was it 5 parts? Let's see. Arrow had a 1 part, Flash had another, Supergirl had another, Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah, 5 parts. I've been in a DC mood lately. I finished Stargirl season 1 last night and started season 2, and that show is really good. And the girl that plays Stargirl is actually only about 3 months older than I am. She was born in May of '99, and I was born in August of '99. So there you go. So I'm the same age as a girl playing a superhero. Woo! Yeah, I think that Stargirl may have ended by now, so she played a superhero, but very attractive. Yeah, and then moving on, in 2nd place, we have Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2. I think the story got better as it went along, with each subsequent part getting better and better. So here we go. I'm trying not to spoil it, because I really want people to check these movies out for the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover thing here. Well, actually, crossover is not really the right word to use for this one, but anyway. And then in 1st place, you probably guessed it, because we've talked about parts 1 and 2 already, but in 1st place is Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3. And this one, you find out the meaning behind the multiverse, how it was actually a mistake. In universe, it was a mistake. I mean, not like it was a mistake to make it be a multiverse, because multiverse is really big right now. But the reason I say that the multiverse was a mistake in this movie is because they say it themselves, and the reason behind that which I'm unfortunately going to be spoiling for you. I'm sorry. In the end of Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, Constantine sends Flash back in time to reset the timeline again, and that started the spiral of events that also occurs in Batman Long Halloween, as well as what was it? Justice League War World, Superman Man of Tomorrow, and a few others. Um, some of which I have. Some I don't have War World, which I really want to get because it looked good in the clips that were featured in the Crisis on Infinite Earths animated movies. But he sent him back in time with a virus to kill a young version of, or a vulnerable young Darkseid. And they explain that Darkseid is a fixed point in time where if you've watched What If Doctor Strange Lost His Heart Instead of His Hands, you'll know that a fixed point in time should not be tampered with. It is very catastrophic. And that tampering with that moment um, caused the continuity for Crisis on Infinite Earth to come about and the multiverse itself to be established. So that is very cool. That's what I mean when I say that the multiverse is a mistake in the movies, because it was unintentionally created in universe um, to have a bunch of cool cameos, honestly, including bringing Batman Beyond's version of Batman here, Terry McGinnis, into a younger Bruce Wayne that he had to learn how to get along with all over again after having a series where he dealt with old man Bruce Wayne. So yeah, that is this ranking video. Hope you enjoyed it, and definitely check, if nothing else from this haul video, definitely check out Justice League Unlimited and the Crisis on Infinite Earth trilogy here. Definitely check those four out if nothing else, because they are goated DC animations. Goated meaning greatest of all time. Um, and yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this ranking here. I have two more rankings in this similar animation vein that are going to be Marvel and DC themed. I might branch out and do other animation rankings, but ones that aren't going to be showing up in this series are going to be the Into and Across the Spider-Verse, as well as Big Hero 6. Nothing against those movies, they just would dominate whatever ranking I put them in and be ranked really high up, maybe like top 3, if not number 1. So there you go. I will, however, be including Big Hero 6 in other rankings eventually. I hope we get a sequel where it's like, surprise, Tadashi is not dead. He managed to get out just in time, he just didn't notice. But I don't know if that's what they're actually going to do, but I wish they would. Anyway, keep talking movies, and like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if you've seen any of these movies. If so, how many and which ones. I would love to figure out which ones have been viewed by my subscribers and other viewers. So yeah, there you go.